Welcome, everyone. What the fuck? God damn it. Okay. Wait, no, not that one. I really should label these. Fuck. Unplug, replug. I did unplug the right one. Okay, good. I did unplug the right one. Um, okay. Yeah. I'm alive. I think is the most accurate way I can answer that question. How's about yourself? First blood. Okay. I need to figure out what more I want to do on this and how I want to finish this. So I think the easiest way to blend for the like the color on his front is if I glaze white over the blue to kind of mellow that border out. And then so I know for the like desaturated blue gray, oh, that's no bueno. That's yeah, that's a big bad. That is generally how it works. It is the person seems nice until they're not. Uh, damn it. Uh, damn it. I have to. There we go. The downside of needing to use my phone for chat is I have to multitask with it. Eh. 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 There. Okay. Hmm. No. Kind of jelly. I haven't had any weird dreams for a while. Good or bad. At least none that I can remember. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. What if I made a gray out of a combination of red and black? Because basically Payne's gray is just blue and black. Um, so I did like red and black, which would be closer to like a burgundy, I guess. Like a really, 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 really dark burgundy. Hmm. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so what I need. I used a lot of. No, you're titanium. I'm gonna need you, but just not yet. Brown, black. You know what? We're gonna go black. Well, I know you mentioned doing that like a while ago. Okay. So now I have to figure out which red I want to use. Because I have a scarlet, which is kind of an orangey red. I have a magenta, or I have like a naphthol crimson. I think all of them are fairly transparent. Well, I also have Indian red, but I don't want to use that. Transparent. I think I'm going to go with the scarlet. I think that'll be an interesting effect. Downside to not using an ink in a while. Ooh, an onyx. I saw it this time. I should have checked to see if I had one. So I either didn't have one and I caught it, I did have one and I didn't catch it, or I already had one and I did catch that one too. Two drops. This train terminates here. Wait, caffeinating. Actually coming off a little closer to a brown, but I'm okay with that. Mm. Oh yes, coffee is love. Coffee is life. Okay. Okay, I can work with that. And uh, water in. In it. Speaking of hydrating, um, ooh, I know I have some water really close by. One second. There we go. That's better. No. I still need you. Pardon me. And then some titanium white. That much should do. So I'm going to try and do it this way. Not working as well as I want it to. Okay, like that. That's a waste of time. Honestly, I don't even need this much. This is just my chronic over mixing. Okay, there we go. Yes, I'll rip and I'll tear. It's more than I can bear when you're not there. It tears me apart. I swear I'll rip and tear my way to your heart. I'll stop. I'll rip and tear my way to your heart. Okay, a little bit more of the titanium white. I'll go to everything. It tears me apart. My way to your heart. Okay, there we go. You go there. I need. Yeah, let's go with this. I need to organize my little like brush folder thingy because it is not organized. And I need to move shit. I need to clean up my desk is what I need to do. If we're gonna be honest here, I need to fucking clean out my desk. Also, if we're gonna be honest, I probably won't end up cleaning up my desk anytime soon. Nobody sees it but me. And my cat knows better than to jump on my desk. And it's like, it's nothing that I like. She's never jumped up on my desk, like near my minis.
when I was like fuck, going back like maybe 10 years ago now, close to no, not quite. About 5, 6 years ago. There was like once where she had jumped up on my computer desk once. And like she was just laying on my desk when I'd gotten up that morning and I walked out and she was just laying there. That's the only time she's ever done it. And again, never around my minis. Like for being a little Miss Priss, she is actually a very well behaved cat. Like she's always been. So like basically what I'm picturing with this guy is like his armor is essentially like all of his armor and accoutrement except for the bracers and the anklets are essentially going to be like shaped coral. Um is like the concept that I'm going for anyway. I think that's kind of a cool concept. Um and like it's kind of in keeping with the inspiration that I had when I decided to start painting this motherfucker up. Because I was listening to a lot of HP Lovecraft at the time, and like I just listened to the Shadow over Innismouth. Um, and the main antagonists in that story are fucking fishmen. It's a whole town of fishmen. Some of them look like people, but they're all fishmen. And you know, while H.P. Lovecraft himself was a fucker, to put it politely, um, he's dead. So, ethical consumption of the media he created is at least possible. He's not making money off of it anytime soon. And then once I do the like black lining, because I'm gonna black line up the piss out of this, because I have the inks, I have the super fine tip fucking brushes. I may as well do it. I'm not gonna use a pen. I don't. I've tried that. I think I tried that with something else, and it didn't feel right. Um, I'm gonna try it with like a Mac to see if like more synthetic shapes feel nicer to do that with. However, I do have a 30-minute missions kit that I haven't started putting together yet. I have one that I did start putting together, but I don't know if all of it is still on my desk. I think some of it might have disappeared. Jerky, welcome in. You've probably been here for a while and just lurking. That's how you do. I think I have a P-Dove. Yeah, I have a P-Dove. Just regular Pokeball. You don't have a P-Dove? The hell, mans? Okay. I didn't even really need to do that, but I did. Oh, nice. Hopefully, it was like in, if not enjoyable, at least tolerable busy. Oh, busy day with streams. Yeah, fair. I popped into Mittens' stream for like all of 2 minutes so that I could get back into her Discord and say hi whilst I was at work. That's another streamer that if anybody in chat is not following, they should definitely go and give Commander Mittens a follow. Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm assuming Mittens is probably eating lunch or something like that at the moment. Just some highlights just on the top bits. Thank you very much for dropping that shadow, Cherokee. So, very soon here, like as in like at some point this week, I'm gonna be reorganizing. Well, actually, going through with the reorganization. Yeah, I can imagine. That's how she do. But I also know that it's getting to the point where she usually goes off to eat soon. Um, I pay attention to other people. Um, But yeah, as I was saying, um, I'm going to be doing some reorganization on the Discord. And I know I've mentioned it like once. Ah, neat. Um, but use sepia on those. I don't even need that because I have some spirit medium, and I'm going to be using that to make this even more transparent. That is only currently semi-transparent. But yeah, so I'm going to be grabbing like probably Carlbot and setting it up so that the Discord is more broken down by roles, and people can pick and choose what they want to see and or interact with. Um, they've been in a few servers that do that, and actually, that's a really smart way to do it. It's a lot smarter than just having essentially a general everything. Because, maybe there are some people who don't want to get pinged for like streams and shit like that. Because, or like maybe they don't want to have the ping. Maybe have maybe you'll just, yeah, maybe see the post but not be pinged for it, as it were. Um, but yeah, like actually, Sharky, I may give you mod powers on the Discord as well. There's really no responsibilities other than just like keeping an eye out for douche canoes. Because part of what I want to do with the new Discord setup is do a touch of future proofing. I mean, if you're down for that, if you don't, like, you can always be like, I don't mute Discords. I just end up lurking and letting the notifications pile up until I see too many red dots on my Discord and I have to get rid of them all. Yeah, I'm a bad person. There's only ever been one Discord that I've been kicked out of because of a disagreement with the owner of said Discord. Like, it was 100% over a disagreement on GW. Good times, good times. And like the fucked up thing is I didn't even really say anything bad. Like it wasn't even that I was like, oh, GW sucks hairy donkey balls or anything like that. Because then I could have been like, you know what? Yeah, maybe they didn't want me talking like that in their Discord. Whatever. It's fine. But no, it was over me saying that GW needs to be more transparent with their customers because they owe that to their customers. Like just in their communications and whatnot. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what I want right there. Oh, inks are the some of the best things I have added to my like painting toolkit ever. Get some ink and some medium, and like honestly, I have a theory that the like contrast paints and speed paints and shit like that, and I'm probably right. Like they're just essentially inks mixed with a thin medium. They're a blend of inks. Yeah, yeah. That being said, the person in question generally accused people who criticize GW of having GW derangement syndrome, and said that anybody who complained about like the box sets were afraid of paying full price. So like, dude was a hardcore GW fanboy. Like one of the most hardcore GW fanboys I have ever seen in my time within that section of the hobby. No, no. Unfortunately, and I really hate to admit this, the dude was Canadian. Like, it pains me to admit it. I think I might actually have him blocked here on Twitch too. But I think the only reason I blocked them was because they had blocked me on their channel, and I was like, fine, fuck you too. You can't view my shit either. Like, you wanna snap at me, and then like it was 100% a retaliatory block. Like a tit for tat, where it's like I can just feel better about myself, and I know they're not going to like attempt to chat in my channel. I don't remember ever seeing you in their channel. So I know I have at least one Swinub. Okay, so I don't want to do metallic on the armor. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Hmm. I hate having to make decisions. That's fair. Hmm. Okay, what I'm going to do first, actually, because I can't decide. We're going to grab a bunch of that white. I'm going to grab Spirit Medium. Hey, you caught it. Pardon me. That should be enough. More than that, I think it'll be too thin. Which, I mean, I guess that might not be a bad thing. No, I think this is actually the perfect consistency here. The question, though, is it the perfect transparency? Probably not. Oh yeah, and I know exactly who the other one is. Um, yeah, like there, it's one of those things that like there's reason. Like there are a few people that frequent both my and their channels, or at least used to. There are a few people that if I had mentioned the streamer's name, they would know who I'm talking about. Um, and you know what? There's no real reason to. Yeah, I talk about the situation every now and again, but it's more to highlight the fucking absurdity of it than anything else. Because, like, I'm sorry, deciding to kick. There are many reasons. Like, okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't feel entitled to be in anybody else's community other than my own. If that makes sense. Like I don't, I know that if I'm in somebody else's community, it's at their uh permission type deal. Just like if somebody's in my community, it's basically with my permission. If somebody starts acting in a way that I don't like or don't want for my community, I can always be like, "Not, you're gone." If I so choose. Like, and anybody who runs a community has that that power, that option. Um, but like, I also feel that there are good and bad reasons to boot somebody from your community. Um, because you have a disagreement over a, you know, multi-million dollar company, I don't think that is a good reason. Yeah, and like that's the thing. It's like, and that's the messed up part. Pretty much all other like facets of our interaction were positive. Like it's not that I disliked the person, and I don't think they inherently disliked me. It's just with the topic of GW specifically, because I am not the type, and if Anarkitty was in chat right now, she would attest to this. I'm not the type to back down when I have a position, not without good reason. Like as much as astrology is, you know, there's a good amount of hokum to it. Like I do exhibit the trait of being stubborn that is attributed to, those who are Taurus. So that is a thing. But I mean, like, I I actually don't. That is my bio father's sign as well. Wait, the twin fish? Yeah. I thought there were a couple that were like watery type signs. Um but yeah, like I can be a fairly stubborn individual. But I mean, I like having I like having conversations where, you know what, myself and the other person maybe won't agree. And we will, plead our case, and it could be at the end of it that neither of us change our position. But that's fine. As long as, afterwards both of us can be like, hey, yeah, you know what, whatever, let's talk about fucking this. Check out this paint job that I did. Oh, fucking badass. You know what I mean? Like, that is what I feel is the fucking the pinnacle of an adult fucking friendship. I will be. I am more than willing to admit that I am. I can be stubborn. I will dig in my heels if I feel the need to. Like it's no fucking big thing for me to do that. But I can also like I'm also willing to admit if I'm given sufficient evidence that I'm wrong. And I can understand how that could be tiring for some people. Uh, oh, okay. I can do that. But that means I have to get up. Ooh, Miss Press. Come on. Right here. You can get it. Come on. Yeah. Go. Get it. Girl. That's a good girl. Big purrs from the little hers. Big purrs from the little hers. Yes, that is how I talk to my cat. No, I am not ashamed of that. Fuck. I missed a spot. Well, that's okay though. Other spot with I can't really get that. So I missed a couple of spots. I need to eat soon. My stomach's like, you give the cat treats, but you won't give me treats? What the fuck, man? Do I have a Sol Rock? I have a Sol Rock. Boo! I already have a Sol Rock. Teach me not to pay close enough attention to chat. That'll learn me. Maybe. I still need to figure out what I want to do for the. Hmm. Hmm. Pardon me. So, do I want them to be like bright colored and contrasty to the rest of it? I mean, that could look cool. I have an emerald green I could throw on them. Emerald, right? Yeah. Near a semi-transparent. I might actually just put you on straight up. Maybe not. Hmm. Okay. So yeah, I am actually going to put a drop of the spirit medium in with this just to like bring up the transparency a little bit more. It's actually going to be quite a bit more. I want 2 drops. Ah, pigment strength. 2 drops of that to 1 drop. That. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, I like that green. So we're gonna have that. Ooh, I need to get myself a Quotoa model mini paint. Because that would also work really, really well for like a Lovecraftian inspired Fishman mini. I think that'd actually be really cool. Do like a for like an in-person game, obviously. Do up like 10, 15 of the like Quotoa models, like preferably like without weapons. And like during the big climactic fight scene at the end of the adventure, have them like essentially appear and like come out of the woodwork, as it were. I think that would be pretty fun. Well, as a GM, I think that would be really, really fun. But I'm also a little bit of an old school GM when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I really like throwing big things, like big groups and like mobs and shit like that at my players to see how they react. But unfortunately, not everybody likes that, so I've had to like, and also playing with like new gamers like that. I like that. The green is the way to go. Like getting back to what I was saying, playing with like a lot of newer gamers as well. Um, it's there's a fine line that you have to walk. I might do another model before I get back onto my tryhard model. I still need to figure out exactly what I want to do for the scene and how I want to put it all together. Because I do have a couple of options. I don't necessarily have to go the 3D printing route. I could go the old school fucking crafting route for the most part, and then just 3D print incidentals. Like, pop cans and trash and shit like that. I mean, that could actually be really fucking fun. Hmm. Hmm. I might still have to use the CNC just a little bit. Uh, yeah, I'd have to use the CNC a little bit because I don't have anything else that I can use to cut the material that I want to use for the base and back. Otherwise, because I have some like I'm gonna say 5 millimeter thick uh plastic that would work fucking swimmingly for that purpose. Fucking swimmingly. But the issue is cutting it. Um okay, so I still have to do your belt. It's a seabed though. I know what I'm gonna do. This one away for a minute. Yeah, two should be fine. Two should be plenty big enough for what I want to do. Except this, painting the ground. Do that thing where I kind of bounce back and forth and paint multiple different things because, ADD brain. Maybe I did want the three. Well, let me get around the feet first, and then I'll switch over to the bigger brush. One of those? Oh, sure I just get around the feet. Do. All right, we got around the feet. Yeah, cleaned off. That's one. Next size up. Hmm. Uh, along. See, I think in the like actual artwork for these guys, they kind of missed a trick and not making them look like not giving them essentially shark-like coloration. Like I think that would have like the box art for these guys is they're fucking green and shiny. That's it. They're green, which in my opinion for these guys looks dumb. Like the the Sohagan, I'm never going to pronounce that word correctly, no matter if anybody actually gives me the correct pronunciation or not, because I will forget it. Um, but yeah, like the angry fishman. Honestly, they should have given them more of a predator, like real world sea predator inspired coloration and paint job for like the box art, as it were. Perfect. That. And part of this is also me trying to use up some paint that I have mixed up that otherwise will end up going to waste. That this is gonna look fucking phenomenal once this is all inked, as it were. There still. Right there is still a bit. That's fine. It gives a little bit of variation. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. About the town below me, Billy Boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. And slowly take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The whale's tail came up and caught her lips inside her Gungan water when she dived down low. Yeah, there we go. That's not fucking awesome. Once that dries. I was free, but not hungry. Once free, she take that chip in tow. Clean off this brush. Then type as well. I'm still not going to. Okay. Perfectly white. Better. May the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. So now I need to figure out what I want to do for the trident. Like, there's still a little bit more on his body that I need to do, but I'm kind of avoiding that at the moment. Um, the trident. I don't want to do metallics. Hmm. I have an idea, but I don't know how well it's going to work. Which is why I'm kind of hemming and hawing. So I will just put this idea out there, and if anybody would like to tell me it is a terrible or good idea, feel free to do so. Okay, so here's the idea. Tip about halfway up on all three tongs is going to be black. From midpoint going back is going to be red of some flavor. On all 3 points. Then I'm going to do like a gradient between. So it's like red going to black. I think that could look cool. But I also know that that could fucking backfire on me tragically. And I don't have a lot of space left on my palette. That's a Putums. That's a Putums right there. Yep, that's a Putums. Don't want to put that much work in. I kind of do. Mm. Haha. Caught you. I don't need a lot of this, actually. Very small amount. That's way more than I actually need. Again. And then. Nope, you're umber. Don't need the umber. Actually, shit, I need to give this a bit more of a shake. Executor. That one goes. Alrighty. Get that mixed up. And yeah, I'm gonna go full steam ahead on that idea. why I'm using this brush. I shouldn't be using that brush. Should be using... You know what? The two will work. It'll be fine. I can paint with a brush this size. Without slopping all over the place. I learned how to color within the lines when I was a kid. Hated doing it. But I learned. I learned it. Yeah, that's too high. I can... that. Hmm. You are not the color. You are not the color. I can't find the color. That's also not wrong. Yeah. Come on. You jerk. See, that's one of the things that I really like about using heavy body acrylics over miniature paints. I only need a tiny amount of what is in the tube. So this shit lasts forever. Like, I have more than like I've saved a ridiculous amount just by using heavy bodies. Yeah. Because I am one of those people who firmly believes that you should paint all of the stuff that would actually be visible. Um, because like I don't know, I feel it helps sell the effect more. Because there's just a certain amount of like continuity that you're gonna feel on the fucking miniature. Okay, so what I need. That. Okay, so we're gonna. I'm gonna do the same thing with the black as well. Basically, the back I'm not gonna go as ham on. I might just do the red just to give it somewhat of a. We're gonna do one more layer of the red on the front. All right, that should work. It doesn't look terrible. Almost believable from arm's length. And like that's the key. As long as it's believable from arm's length, that's all I really care. Yeah. I like that. I think that is a one of those. You have one of those. I'll throw a normal Pokeball at it anyway. Okay. So now, what we're going to do, I'd already made the decision that the ink the pole is going to be black. Master have no. My tricks. Oh dear. I'm just gonna leave the warp in this and be like it's, warped from being underwater. Patchwork, welcome in. I still say like 5 bile spewers is not fair. Like when they're just coming at you one after t'other, all fucking stacked up. It's just not fair. So you may be able to answer this because you play a lot more Helldivers than I do. Um, am I correct when with the whole remembering of if you get touched by something that is on fire, it would generally set you on fire? E.g., if you hit a bot or a bug with incendiary fucking ammo and they're ignited, and then they touch you, you become ignited. I have memories of that. I just swore I killed myself. Okay, I think they tweaked that because there was a couple of times where I had hit chargers with my shotgun, which lights shit on fire, and the charger then proceeded to run me the fuck over, and I didn't catch fire. And like I looked through the patch notes to see what they did to fire, and all they listed is they reduced fire damage a bit. Like 30% or something stupid like that. Which I'm both glad and unhappy about because like it means that I won't automatically die to fire. Well, I mean, if you hit them in the front, no. If you hit them in their butt, they do get the on fire animation. You just have to shove your incendiary ammo up their butt. Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. Like it could be like a side effect. I'm gonna have to do some more testing with it. Because like, yeah, I'd been touched by a couple of things that I'd set on fire and didn't end up getting set on fire. Um like it wouldn't surprise me if I like I like my shotgun and it works really well. I need to pick up the fucking what is it? The slugger? That's what I mean. Like they might have changed the spread rate just like as a quiet like behind the scenes uh update nerf. But yeah, I need to find a good bot shotgun. Hmm. Hmm. Pick. I don't want to pick. You are transparent. I mean, if they did change like the fire spread rate, I am not going to complain at all. And yeah, I really didn't notice the nerf on the Quasar cannon at all. Yeah. And like even because I think you had mentioned like the fact that like it could get a little hairy at higher difficulties. That's when like you have two of the four bring a Quasar cannon each and just kind of stagger their uses of it. Like it just requires more tactical fucking thinking. And you know, at challenging slash hard difficulty, you're generally only going to need one shot with most things. Though I'm thinking I should like go up to hard and play on that difficulty more. But you don't get as many of the common fucking samples, and I need common samples for days. It's so many common samples. Honestly, I was for a short time I was considering going back to 3 and then just like solo queuing just so that I could like maximize my common sample pulls. But then I realized that I would end up like focusing more on the mission than on running around grabbing samples because that's the type of person I am, and I would probably end up coming back with less samples each time. Because I know me. I know that 9 times out of 10, it's the other three teammates that get the vast majority of the samples that I end up coming back with. Like it's that whole Nero spicy thing. I have set objectives. I'm going to get those objectives done, and they have to get done first. Then fucking around can be done. Oh, I find like granted, when I come across the shinies, I'm like, ooh, hey, shiny, I have to get it. But Helldivers doesn't trigger the loot goblin as much as some other games do. Um, it's one of the reasons why I haven't picked BG3 Baldur's Gate 3 back up yet because that game like that game speaks to my inner loot goblin. Like, I think the reason that it took me so long to finish my first playthrough of that game is because I was like, oh, hey, I can go over here and there's stuff to loot. Oh, there's stuff to loot over here. I gotta get everything in this area. Oh, I found more stuff and I didn't even find all of the stuff. Like, to be 100% honest. But yeah, it's actually kind of why I've been focusing more on like city builder type games recently too. Yup. I've been debating picking that back up again, but I'm one of those rare folks that like actually really, really liked the way they had it set up at launch. Bugs notwithstanding, there were a lot of bugs. But like, I'm actually very sad that they brought in human NPCs. Like, the one thing, honestly, that made me most interested in Fallout 76. Well, like, a lot of people complained about it because, oh, there's no quest givers, there's no story, but there was a story. It was told via like all the terminals and shit like that. And like it actually, it made it so that you actually kind of had to read the terminals that you would otherwise just skip. Um, but like I liked the concept that, but I mean, like it's the same thing you would do with an NPC. It's just a terminal. Like most people don't read the NPC dialogue. But like I liked the concept that any human that you saw while playing the game was another person. Like it was another player, and you didn't know if they were going to be like cool with you or if they were going to be hostile. I think what they should have done instead of bringing in human NPCs is they should have brought ghouls in. That way, it would have been that perfect middle ground between they have, NPC quest givers, but, you still know that every human is like an actual person and like an actual player. I thought that was a really cool concept, and I thought they should have ran with that concept. Um, And then when they started adding in microtransactions that weren't strictly cosmetic, that kind of soured me on it too, because that was another one of their like launch promises. They're like, "Oh, any microtransactions are going to be a cosmetic only." Oh, ads? Oh, ads. What we are going to do though is we're going to hit that button. I'm going to grab the phone. Okay, now let's grab it a microphone. Grab it a dat. Let's grab it a dat. And we're going to come over here to the couch. And we're all going to cuddle up. And we're going to chat a little bit while I figure out who I want to trade into. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the red site stream.